also enable more crowd control for them and executing damage, of course, because the Varus stacks plus the piercing arrow or scattered arrows will just enable them to bursting out this Aatrox. So right now, even if we're happy seeing this Aatrox, it's still an asterisk so far for INV Esports.
Yeah, most definitely something that they need to justify with performance here for Belby. Sorry, for Undalish here in the jungle spot, because he needs to be that unkillable Aatrox, that Demon King that can't be stopped later in the later phases of the game. And in order to do that, he needs to be on point in the jungle. He has to always be tracking where KD is going to be going and either get a gank going before KD gets there or try to counter something with an Aatrox, because he has a lot of chase potential in a gank turnaround situation.
Possibly the Lee Sin is going to be banned away here for KD as well. He's just really good on that champion. The Evelyn has been taken away already, which can affect the early game so well, especially by G2 Black, as KD is just really good on this champion already. And one of the ways you can just shut down the Aatrox is, of course, delaying his scaling. And that's going to be the goal here of G2 Blacklist. They have removed some of the late game scaling champions already in the Dragon lane, like the Kai'Sa, like the Xayah, that is just so notorious for their repositioning and being able to dodge so many engages. I like the Yone ban, but still, KD has so many great champions that he can just use in the jungle to counter out this Aatrox. Yone is going to be one of them, so good that they have banned it away. But again, Lee Sin, Kha'Zix, still open. They have so many ways to set things up.
Yeah, a lot of great options here for G2 Blacklist if they wanted to, because that Lee Sin is still up, yeah. But they will be looking for that mid laner first. The Vladimir going into the hands of Aaron, now that is a scary proposition. But this Ezreal for Bank is quite an interesting proposition, and then they pick up the Orianna. A lot of these champions have been doing well, pretty well lately, especially in the safer side of things. And as you said, the Kha'Zix in the jungle here for KD.
Orianna, I like it. We have seen some wins with an Orianna in the mid lane already against a Vladimir. But we have seen this by INV Esports, tried it out against Thundertalk and lose that game massively in 14 minutes. So let's see if they are going to be able to redeem themselves through this kind of composition, because the Kha'Zix now has been taken by KD, and we have seen this kind of lineup many times already on G2 Blacklist. And we also have the approval ratings more on their side. But I like seeing a little bit more on the side of INV Esports as well. It's not a 90-10 or 80-20. No, it's 33%. So there's still hope for INV Esports. Many people are still hoping that they would pull off a win against G2 Blacklist, possibly even a series. We cannot know for sure, because that has been made by some other team already, Team Flash against KT.
Yeah, that's something that has to be said, Team Flash and KT, that was a pretty well-deserved matchup, I would say. But for this one, I feel like Invade needs to, they gotta prove themselves here. At least when it comes to the APAC scene.
Let's see who's gonna be pulling up the win this time around. It's just game number 1 of this best of 3 series. INV Esports versus G2 Blacklist. It's going to be a passive start for sure here for INV Esports, knowing that they have 4 scaling champions, Orianna, Jax, Aatrox, and Ezreal. They have to really watch out for G2 Blacklist, knowing that they have a Kha'Zix and a Camille. Topside can be very notorious on G2 Blacklist side. Since they have an Ornn as well, it's so easy to set up plays, even in the Dragon lane. So possibly 2 lanes that they can actually control, but wow!
Speaking of plays, Draw immediately gets jumped on, but then Golden Kite strikes back and gets a 2k for absolutely nothing. That was completely free. G2 Blacklist with the first 2 kills of the game.
2 kills by Golden Kite as well? Man, that is just disastrous for INV Esports. They already forced out a bit of a retreat there towards Draw, and that should have been good already, but they overstayed, overcommitted towards that kill and got too deep. And then they just got heavily punished for it.
Yeah, they were in a little bit too deep. It was an ambitious play, to be sure, but sometimes you gotta be safe in that laning phase. And they tried to pull off something cheesy, but G2 was just kind of ready for it.
Yeah.
That's something that I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot, especially since Draw is now returning to favor with an engaged Outplay Pro Pam. And back once again, getting incredibly low. Golden Kite using that gold advantage to create a lot of space for himself.
Oh, this lane is done. INV Esports Dragon lane is done basically here. Especially after giving so many kills here towards their Dragon lane of G2 Blacklist. They have a strong early game or level 1 setup. Especially that they have Gragas and Ezreal. They can actually secure first blood. But after that unsuccessful attempt, after that big mistake of overstaying and overcommitting towards that kill, it just gave too much gold and momentum towards G2 Blacklist in the bottom lane. And after losing one more time, that's just game over.
Yeah, it is something that INV really has to consider here, how much they want to invest into.
Oh, they're gonna dive.
Bank is just going to go up in flames here. Great dive there. There really was nowhere they could hide from Draw. The CC was pretty much instant, and then Golden Kite. He's 4-0 right now.
4-0, 2 kills per minute has happened. Now Aaron's here.
And then they're gonna dive again because there's a knockup on there by Draw. Has to flash out from the back. Aaron just keeps bullying this bot lane duo from Invade.
It's just a donation of kills right now here in the bottom lane. 5 kills at 2.5 minutes into the game. Even Aaron wanted a piece of the pie on the gold chunk that they have been receiving in the bottom lane. Now top lane is also destroyed, as Ime is just notorious for his aggression in every single champion that he uses. In INV Esports, 3,000 gold deficit at 3 minutes into the game. This is one of the worst starts that we have seen so far, and hopefully they do recover. But again, we're talking about G2 Blacks, a team that is notorious for their aggression, just like this.
Speaking of aggression, we got Draw at the end of that knockup onto Underlish, who's already tried to flash out, and Draw will finish that kill off. KD is there as well. He's going to be going onto the back, onto the bank, gets an isolation, forces the flash out, and then Golden Kite flashes back in, and there is the true shot barrage. He had to flash in the middle of that, but he's got nowhere to run from the hail of arrows.
Oh man, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. G2 Blacklist is spotting every opportunity across the map to make sure they get their momentum going. Why that's done? They can fight back? No, it's not yet the time.
Draw is a little bit low, but he is a very tanky boy. He gets flashed on. Shockwave misses just barely. Bluff X tried to go for that kill. He invested a lot, but will not be successful enough.
Unsuccessful in this early game as well here for INV Esports. Again, the game plan should have been, don't be aggressive, just scale. Because if you lose the momentum, if you even give a slight chance for G2 Blacklist to set the momentum up in the early game, you're just gonna get dominated and chumped all the way. That has happened right now. 1,000 goal lead per minute here by G2 Blacklist. Look at the score of their Dragon laners and bot laners. 3 kills each.
Oh,
everyone's rich.
Oh god, G2 Blacklist. Their bot lane is just incredibly fed. Yeah, that lane is over. That is a go next already. Yeah, at this point, you are bots just trying to farm the wave. Because G2 Blacklist, you can't really match them in terms of power if you want to go for fight. Even with the shockwave, even with the threat of a true shot barrage or something, there is really not a lot of threat that INV Esports poses, especially when Belby is looking to get caught out right here by Aaron and Katie.
It might be in trouble again. Belby just wants to farm, he just wants to scale up, he just wants to secure kills on minions, man. But G2 Black is not even allowing that now.
Oh, Hexagon made him onto one member. They just go 4-man into 1. Well, 3 technically. They 3-man that one kill. They're looking for Thypro Pam also again, but that is a little bit of a tanky Gragas explosive pass. Splits the fight a tiny bit. Bluff X now running away, running towards MA. But Ime is in the back of the bank. There's Shockwave on 2, but then immediately gets deleted by that Camille, and then another kill right there for Golden Kite, I believe it is. KD looking to isolate and gets a bank, even though he gets executed by the tower afterwards.
Okay, at least it's a kill by the Ezreal, so shutdown goal was been able to be secured by Bank, but still it's a massive landslide victory right now by G2 Blacklist, securing every single thing that can be secured, killing everyone that can be killed, and just wiping the floor with the bodies here of INV Esports, taking everything away in the process. KD got a little bit too deep there just to get a kill, but Yeah. Just wanted to have some
Yep.
fun.
At this point, G2 Blacklist is already playing with their food. They are at 6.7 thousand gold lead. And this is really looking like two different levels of Wild Rift pro play. It just seems like G2 Blacklist understands the game at so much more of a standard level, while INV Esports is kind of trying to still find their synergy with each other. G2 is just feasting on this indecision from INV Esports. And another attempt onto Bang, because there is the orange one set that up as well. Katie's the one who takes that kill, as the Kazakh should. He is an assassin. Typro Pam now under tower.
They're not even allowed to move. They're not even allowed to stay under the tower.
You can't. I mean, sure, he's gonna try with the explosive cast to get out of there, but Ime and Draw is just tanking it as the good support does.
He's just tanking everything, soaking every single damage. He has Warmugs already at this point in time, and possibly even more after going back into the base. We see this replay into the mid lane, possibly something that we haven't seen, but again, Golden Kite will just flash it just like this.
God.
Yeah, we kind of saw it coming. And Shelly just helped out deny that one auto attack from the tower to maybe get that 1-for-1. And 9,000 gold lead at 7.5. It looks like G2 Blacklist just wants a piece of the record breaking that has been happening against INV Esports.
Yeah, they want to break the record for shortest game. Most definitely. It's already 7:41. Or it is 7 minutes and 41 right now, and now G2 Blacklist, they're just looking for more. They get Shockwave, both of them, but there's already under the tower, Bluff X already gone. Type of Fan looking for a little bit more onto Draw, but Draw is a little bit too tanky for him, but not for Undelish, who comes in from behind and gets one, gets two. Golden Kite trying to fight, he's gonna arrows right onto that Aatrox's face, get another kill for himself. That Varus, man, is just a little bit too fed.
Okay, if we're talking records here, time might not be possible here, because the fastest so far we have seen is 10 minutes and 17 seconds, but in kills, the highest is actually 15 kills against INV, and that was from FPX, and now there's 17. Velby's about to just get taken down, flashes away, but again, we're talking about Ime here.
Yeah,
alright! Possible counter? Ooh,
possible Katie coming in from behind. Looking for Belby, it finally finds it, the double slice, and then he may be hunted down there. Undelish, a little bit of hesitation there to try and find him, try to find him, because the rest of the team is now there. Ime is there, but unfortunately, Undelish finishes off that kill, so at least it was a 1-for-1 trade.
1-for-1 is actually pretty good here for INV Esports. You cannot deny them still this game. There is still a big possibility that they can scale throughout the game. I mean, they have 4 scaling champions for Christ's sake, and G2 Blacklist has some, but it can be countered out, especially with the sustain of the Aatrox, with the help out of the Orianna, as well as explosive cast. We have seen many wonders of it, but so far in this early game, more wonders has been made by G2 Blacklist. That damage by KD, out of this world. He tried to flash out and arcane shift out, but not enough to actually escape the Kazakhs.
That really feels like, you know, old school Kazakhs before he was adjusted quite a bit. Just an incredibly potent assassin as he looks for an entry into here. There's 4-man Shockwave onto the side though, but they dive in with Hextech Ultimatum onto the back. Lindelish already dead, already followed by his AD, as BluffX has to get out of there. Even with his beautiful Shockwave, he couldn't prevent the pounce of G2 Blacklist.
And now they pounce onto the dragon, just making sure to get every single objective here in this map. And well, it's a little bit of a sad day right now for INV Esports in general. They're down so much gold, 12,000 at 10 minutes into the game, down 18 kills compared to G2 Blacklist. And right now, Soul Point as well is present for this team right now. Potentially even the Baron at 12 minutes can be just easily taken here by G2 Blacklist, just because they have the Paris and they have the Kazakhs.
Yeah, this is just a thorough handling of INV Esports by G2 Blacklist. They have so much leeway here, a lot of map to work with, and yeah, they could just immediately kill that Baron off with the isolation damage, with the Varus damage, and they can just 2-man that and defend the pit from INV and just kind of force them to accept that the Baron is theirs. But right now, G2, they want to extend this kind of lead. They want to look for more kills onto Bluff X there. He is going to get finished off by the second part of the Orange Horn. And that is a quick and dirty drive-by by KD and draw.
Oh man, G2 Blacklist is just giving this one-sided beatdown against INV Esports right now. I hope we do see some sign of life coming from this team. The gold lead still keeps on ballooning. Every minute that passes by, Golden Kite reaches so many power spike. 4 people of G2 Blacklist is ahead of INV Esports. Draw is even ahead against BluffX, the carries here of INV Esports.
Oh, this is just G2 Blacklist showing how dominant they can be, how practiced they are at this game, and that they're here to take no prisoners, especially against INV Esports. So BluffX just gets assassinated immediately. His shockwave didn't even go off, and now KD versus Unleash in the back. Unfortunately, KD might have bitten off a little bit more than he could use, so he has to leap out, but it's okay because Draw tags in, takes his place. Aaron's there as well to do the damage, while Draw and Golden Kite look to kind of distract Invade, but with that successful kill out of the way, G2 Blacklist now got the Baron.
Easy Baron takedown here by G2 Blacklist, especially with the Skazix right now, and after that, the annihilation of INV Esports. 12 minutes, just 20 seconds after the Baron spawned out, G2 Blacklist just decides to take it. And they're just 2 kills away from breaking the record of FPX having the highest kills against INV Esports.
Yeah, I can't wait for that because they are looking to break some records here. If they can't prove themselves to be the top team here, because they might be if they win this, but that is a great engage attempt. Golden Kite, though, he did go golden for a while. He has to flash out, save himself right there. KD from the back, looking to isolate a couple, but from the back, Aaron as well. He is in the middle of them all. Typro fan just narrowly got away with his life, but then the Hex ultimatum, and Bank is not able to circle back and get away. So that is 3 kills for absolutely nothing. G2 Blacklist team fighting perfectly.
And just pushing every single lane as well. Top lane, mid lane, bottom lane with their Baron powered minions. Easily taking down these inhibitor turrets and possibly even just ending this game. Even if we have the Nexus shield, it can't really withstand the damage here of G2 Blacklist. They're just too strong.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the more one-sided games we've ever seen in either Season 1 or 2 of the Wild Rift League Asia. G2 Blacklist, they want to have at least one more brawl here inside the base, but there will be 2 final kills before the Nexus blows up, and that is an easy victory for G2 Blacklist.
I mean, they're not even feeling any pressure here in this